What's up, guys? It's that time of the year. It's time for winter upgrades. We got kind of fortunate this weekend in Ohio. It's going to be warm. It's in the 50s right now, but it's pouring rain. So anyways, though, what I'm going to start doing now is taking apart the interior of the car. Now, part of the things I wanted to do was make this a better place to be at. In the summertime, it gets so freaking hot in here, it's ridiculous. So what that includes is I'm going to strip down the floor of the car to bare metal. Start over. Because where I had painted the floor before, it didn't turn out very well. So, we'll give you a little look at what's going on here. Alright, so I bought the car. It had black carpet in it. Very half-assedly done black carpet. And then there was black carpet on the package tray back there. Let me move the camera. Which you can see is just painted black now, and it's metal. It was a piece of carpet up there, and every time I was driving down the road, the wind would blow it up. And I got tired of fixing it, so we took it out of there, and I just painted it black. Now, and the original color of the car was yellow. And not like a good yellow either. It was a bad yellow. So anyway, though, underneath that black carpet was a rug. What kind of rug? The ugliest kind of old flowery bullshit you had seen in your like grandma's house. It was hideous. And that was glued to the floor of the car. Me, not knowing any better at the time and not really caring, I spray primer out of a rattle can just over the floor of the car. I painted it with POR 15, and then I painted it with matte black spray paint over top of that because POR 15 does not hold up to sunlight. It does hold up to moisture very well. It does a great job. Underneath the car, perfect. You know, good spot for POR 15. But if you want it, you know, where it's going to be direct sunlight, you need to cover it up with something to preserve that. Anyway, though, as you can see, it's not sticking. It's just peeling up. And there's a shit ton of glue to the floor, you know, on the floor of the car from where that carpet was. So you can see I'm just peeling it up by hand. It's like that in the back of the car. Look, it's like this on the center console. It's all over the place. It's ridiculous. And I tried to fix it a couple times. It didn't work. Let me shine my phone flashlight on that so we can get a little bit better of a view. Yeah. So that's what we're working with. As you can see, I can just peel it up by hand. And we could do this all day. So yeah, not happy with it. Now, so what the game plan is here, is we're gonna go back down, bare metal, start over, prime it. I don't know if I'm gonna even POR 15 in it or not. I might just say spray paint it, and F it, be fine. And then, this ain't gonna happen right away because I'm focusing on making the car drive good, go fast and all that shit with the 6-speed and the rear end stuff. It's very expensive. But this might come later on down the line in the summertime. It won't be that big of a deal. Is we'll pull the seats back out. There's 4 bolts on each seat, so 8 bolts total. The back seat just kind of clips in. And the center console, fun story, which you'll see, they cut the mounts out for that. So it's only held in with 2 screws up here. So you pull the interior of the car apart fairly quickly. I'm not going to take the plastic out in the back. I'm not going to take the dash out. I'm not going to take any of that crap out. And, but anyway, though, so this summer we can do that, you know, in a night, an evening. And I'll put boom mat product down, and then, or I cannot put the actual boom mat product. They make like a spray that deadens and insulates too. It's better than nothing. We'll put that down, and then insulation and carpet on top of it, and seats back in. And that won't be that big of a deal. So that, or maybe even just say screw it and do it next winter. But we're going to start now with this. So without further ado, I'm going to turn some tunes on. Then I'm going to set up a time lapse on a couple of my cameras. And then we're just going to go to town. Now when I'm out here, I tend to sweat a lot. So if I get sweaty, I'm sorry. So anyway, let's set up a time lapse. Quick shout out here, not sponsored by JBL, although I wish I was. This here is a JBL Extreme. I bought this in 2015, maybe 2016. I think 2016, we'll say that. Anyway though, this thing's bad to the bone. It has thousands of hours of playing on it. It's been the soundtrack to many bonfires, many parties. I've used it so much the battery doesn't stay charged anymore. But goodbye. They have a new version of it out. But I think I want to get the JBL boombox. Bigger, better. But if you guys need a Bluetooth speaker and you want a good Bluetooth speaker, you can't go wrong with JBL. As you can see in the shop, space is a premium. Music in the background is by Renegade Angel. They're out of Norwalk, Ohio. They're friends of mine. I don't know if their shit's copyrighted or not, but if it is and they get copyright claim, they deserve the money because they're good. And they're good people too. So anyway though, it was 4 bolts to get the seat out. Sorry the lighting is not the best in here. It's the best that I have for right now. Yeah, you could just, you know, I don't know how well the camera is, but you could just see all the yellow, or it didn't stick. There's the clutch pedal, or sorry, yeah, clutch or brake pedal, one of them. The pad came off, whatever. There's a leaf. But yeah, just, and then this floor here was like Swiss cheese when I got it. The guy before me had a 4th gen seat track in it. Your head hit the ceiling, and then over here you can see someone stuck a jack underneath here at one point and boogered the floor all up. So I'm almost half tempted to see if my neighbor will weld me in a new section. Order it from Rock Auto. It's like 50 bucks, but whatever, maybe later, we'll worry about that. But anyway though, yeah, this thing isn't mounted. I can't wait to show you the shift hole. It's all cut up too from the previous owner. So anyway though, yeah, if you like the tunes in the background, Renegade Angel, Norwalk, Ohio. Got the time lapse going, but here's where we are at. At under, you know, an hour, we'll say a half an hour, you know, 45 minutes. Pretty much interior of the car gone. You gotta get the center console out. Now I can't remember if I gotta take the gauges and everything out, and then I'll have to take my little cigarette lighter out. Hoping I don't have to do that, but might have to. Anyway though, but here's where we're at, right here. The car used to be yellow. It's real nice. Just kidding. And you can see even back here, it's just all right here. That's where it was at, peeling right here. And Right here's where the floor got boogered up, where, like I said, someone must have put like a jack or something underneath here at some point. Tried to lift the car up. So, here's today's tech tip. When jacking a car up, make sure you put the jack under somewhere that is structural, like a frame rail or a suspension component, something. Don't put it underneath the floor of the car or just anywhere, because then you end up boogering up the floor of the car, or you could like fuck your radiator up or something like that. So that's today's tech tip. All right, but yeah, here was nice. This never peeled or anything. I'm still gonna redo it just because we're in here, but and then now these cars, they all had rust problems, especially being up north. Right here is where there's seam sealer right here, but there's actually a patch underneath where the seam sealer is, and it's peeling off. And the same thing on the other side, if we can see that in the GoPro. We'll get a little bit closer. But yeah, there's seam sealer around right there. There's patches right there. The main part of it is underneath the plastic for the interior of the car. And then over here, this actually ain't too bad right here. This car did have toe boards in it, put in it. The guy that did it didn't do a very good job. That's the moral of the story. The previous owner before me did not do a very good job. There are some patches that are in the trunk. There's a couple spots. And then, again, over here, the floor was like Swiss cheese. There's actually a hole that we forgot to fill. And in spite of doing everything half-assed, I had a bolt that fit in it, and a nut, and a couple washers. So it has a nut, a bolt, and some seam sealer. Because there it is. So, am I gonna fix it? Probably not. Just in the spirit of the driver's side of the car being like Swiss cheese. So yeah, that's my one thing. Me and my neighbor, he's the one that did the welding. We both overlooked it. We forgot. I worked all night, and we came out here and did this on a Saturday when I got off at 6 a.m. So we'll say 6:30, 7 o'clock we were out here. And we were out here till like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So this is the progress so far. Now I'm gonna see what I gotta do, get that center console back out, put the time lapse back on, put the tunes back on, and we will check in with you shortly. So basically an hour later, this is where we're at. This is exactly where I wanted to be. Hold on. Take this rubber on this is falling apart anyway. Right here's what I'm take the nut off. Well, threads must be really shitty right at the top. But anyway though, there's the boot. Right here's the floorboard. Or hold on, let's start here. turn around here for a second. Right here is where there was supposed to be, well, right here's one mount. And then right here's where the other one I think was supposed to be at. That was for the center console, so as you can clearly see, they're not there anymore. I don't know if this was some hillbilly's fucking race car back in the day or what the hell happened. So yeah, but anyway though, here's where we're at. I'm gonna go get a wrench so I can turn that off, take that stupid boot out of the way, and then we'll show you this masterpiece of a shifter hole that, again, previous owner. So let me get that and I'll be right back. Hi guys. So now we're officially done here. Anyway though, this little guy here, this is my line lock / burnout button switch. You just hammer on the brakes, you hammer on the switch, you let off the brakes, front brakes stay locked. You rev it up, you dump the clutch, and you let her eat, and then I just let off the button and I let it ride. Anyway though, the rubber here is falling apart. As you can see, it's splitting open, so gotta get a new switch. Fortunately, this one actually, hold on, not fortunately, this is actually a Hurst shifter, not Hurst shifter switch. They're not very expensive. This one was a little bit more money, but I don't know, kind of bummed out about it. I'll get another one. But look at this gem right here of a hole. Now this is called a butcher job right here. Look at this, still metal hanging all around here. So this is why I had the what you call it, microfiber cloth jammed down in there, because I was driving around and noise would come through here and you'd hear the transmission, real loud high-pitched whine, and like not an enjoyable high-pitched whine, like an annoying one. And then air was coming through, you know, road dirt. It was hotter than hell air too from going through the engine compartment and past the headers and all that. So my hillbilly fix to sealing up this dang shifter hole here was just to jam a bunch of microfibers down in there and try to insulate it a little bit. And it kind of worked, you know. The noise in the car, especially going down the road, did go down significantly. And it stopped the air coming through for the most part. So we'll call that a success. Some other stuff I hillbilly rigged here. If you look closely at the tachometer here, you'll notice around the bottom of it some tape. That thing would float around and do this, so I just taped her up. I call that fixed. Then I was coming home from Garrett's parents' house one night right down the road, and I like to drive like an asshole, so I left out of there hauling ass, hammered second gear. Yeah, it was second gear. And the face of the tack came off. And I'm like, oh shit. So I picked up the face and I put it back in the hole, or back in the housing, and it did it again. Fuck. So I got home, I got me some electrical tape, kind of measured out how far around the tack was in electrical tape, the diameter, and or no, the circumference, not the diameter, the circumference. And I wrapped some electrical tape around there to hold that face in, and I'm like, I call that fixed. So yeah, we're gonna get a new tack, but not right now. That's not, that one is it good enough? Not really, but it's good enough for testing purposes. So anyway though, that's where we're at. Now tomorrow, I'm gonna get up, tell Dad, like, hey, we're going to Harbor Freight, because I got a $50 gift card to use there for Christmas from my brother-in-law and my sister. Thanks, Josh and Angela. And then I got another $50 gift card from my brother Aaron, which is a birthday today. Happy birthday, Aaron, and thanks for the gift card. So, go to Harbor Freight, and I'm gonna get some wire wheels. I need to get a fitting for my new die grinder, some air tool oil. I need to get a new coupler for this air hose because it's old and it's leaking air. It's like a piece of shit, and yeah. So get that. Wire wheel, flapper wheels, stuff for that, and then we'll start cleaning up the floor of the car. We'll give you updates, and I'll time lapse it. And yeah, and then they MSD, or Holley or whatever, you know, it's a Holley company. They make a thing called the T56 hump. Now, the reason I'm down to get that, it's like $50 or something, maybe $60. And the reason I'm down to order it is because the shifter hole's buggered up, and I want to be able to put like a boot on it to insulate it, and then another boot to make it look nice and insulate it more and get, you know, and try to keep the car nice or nicer inside. And I really want to do air conditioning one day because not having air conditioning really sucks. So anyway, though, that's where we're at, and we'll see you sometime tomorrow. What's up, guys? It's the next day. Here's where we're at. I got a new die grinder from Ingersoll. Went to Harbor Freight. They didn't have any little Dasani pads and little flapper wheels like I wanted. They had a sale going on and everything was sold out. But anyway, I got some wire wheels. So use that to start knocking the paint shit off. Got the time lapse set up. So there's where we're at now. I'm gonna put the earplugs in because when that kicks on, it's loud. And I'm gonna crank some tunes. And I got some goggles. I got my contacts in. I got some goggles I'm gonna put on because I don't got a whole lot to lose in the vision category. So better safe than sorry. So we're gonna try this out, give you an update, see what I think.
and sit down. Shut up and sit down. Shut up and sit down. Shut up and sit down.
Hey guys, so I let the air compressor build back up with air. Even with this large air compressor, it was originally my grandpa's, and my brother bought it off of him. That thing's running a lot. So if you want to do something with the die grinder for an extended period of time, you need to have, you know, a good air compressor. Anyway though, I have this 3-inch wheel here, and it was doing a good job, but it seemed, let me get in camera, or in frame here. It seemed to be bogging down that little die grinder, so I put the smaller one on it. But the smaller one isn't so aggressive. Down here is where all that glue was, and that's some real nasty shit. And it's stuck on the floor of the car. It's stuck on there good. So I think I'll probably use the little guide to just eat through the glue, and it's gonna eat through the time. And the same thing on the other side of the car. Now back here where these patches and stuff are in, I don't even know if I'm really gonna go crazy there, because that paint seemed to be sticking fairly well. So that's where we're at. We've been going at it for, I don't know, we'll say 20 minutes, maybe a half hour. And that's where we're at. We're making progress, but there's going to be a lot of time involved in this. A lot more than I was originally anticipating. But it's something that needs to get done, because there's no point in putting insulation and boom mat and all that shit down if it's just gonna peel up. So can't have that. Anyway though, I'm gonna put my PPE back on and go back at it. Oh, and if you guys are gonna do this, I know everybody's, well, you know, they sidestep safety. You know, I like to go play on a closed private road in Mexico, but when you're doing stuff like this, long-term exposure to loud noises, that's how you lose your hearing, especially when you get older. I don't want to lose that because I can't see. And then your eyes, protect your eyes. When you're using a wire wheel like that, the thing spins 20,000 RPMs. You don't want a wire hitting you in the eye when it comes flying off that. So goggles, ears, protect yourselves. Don't be stupid. So back at it we go. All right, guys. So excuse me, been out here for a while. I don't know, a couple hours maybe. And here's how far we go. Open up the door. My light died on me and I couldn't figure out where to charge it at. If I found that out, you gotta take the battery out and plug it directly in the battery. But here's where we got. Now I painted this with some like dollar store primer, and then POR 15. It might have been Duplicolor primer. But where it stuck, it freaking stuck, and where it didn't, it didn't. So like over here in this area right here, it was almost comical how easy it was to come off. But you see right here, I mean, it just freaking wouldn't come off at all. But yeah, we're making progress on it. I'm gonna go get showered up, go visit my grandparents. But that's where we got. So this is the first part of the video. Gonna be more to come. Gotta pull this rear end out, do all that crap. So I'll be spending a lot more time out here probably. Well, I'm gonna have to spend a lot more time out here to get through this damn floor. Oh my god, I did not think it was gonna be this bad. So thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and check back in for more build videos. Thanks.